Hello and welcome. My name is the Alpha Female and you're listening to Turnbuckle Talk.
Whoa! G'day, mateys. Bushwhacker Luke here, 2015 Hall of Famer. And you're listening to Turnbuckle Talk. Yeah! Whoa!
This is pro wrestling's only modern-day Viking Gunner, and you're on Turnbuckle Talk.
Hey, this is Nick Magnus-Solis, and you're listening to Turnbuckle Talk.
Hi, this is Leva Blue Pants Bates, and you are listening to Turnbuckle Talk.
Hey, this is Jeff Jarrett, the king of the mountain and founder of Global Force Wrestling, and you're listening to Turnbuckle Talk. Hey, fellas, you guys have a great day, and this is only because I'm talking to Canadians. It is actually spitting snow in Tennessee.
See? Oh my God!
That's a great. We've had 70-degree weather here. We really had a warm December, and I get on the phone with damn Canadians and we're spitting snow. So.
I'm Karl Karufel, and this is Turnbuckle Talk, episode number 307. As you can see on the graphic on your screen right now, right promo, wrong time. We will definitely be getting into that tonight as we go through and talk, again, some professional wrestling, as we do every Tuesday here on Turnbuckle Talk. Thank you, each and every one of you, whether you are here live or whether you are listening or watching this back after the fact. Thank you, and I appreciate you all. Solo show with just me again tonight, but that's perfectly fine. For all of those that are here and watching, leave your comments. I will show them on screen, and you will be my co-host on this journey through professional wrestling. First piece of news that I want to get into today is, again, unfortunately, a little bit of sad news. Two pieces of some sad news right now. Recently, we did lose, and I haven't been able to express this as of yet, but we did lose another member of the pro wrestling world in Lanny Poffo. I offer, on behalf of myself and all of us here with Turnbuckle Studios, our deepest condolences to the family, to the friends, and even to the fans. It's never easy when we lose somebody in the world of wrestling, but we can always be thankful for what they gave us. I'm thankful that Lanny is now able to be with his father and his brother, the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Whatever you believe, you can take it for what it is. I believe that they are together once again. The other little piece of news that we have that is kind of sad is that over the weekend, there were some situations that happened with Jerry the King Lawler, and we know that as of yesterday, Monday, there was the possibility that there was a stroke that he had, and he was taken to the hospital. So we are definitely keeping our thoughts and our well wishes with Jerry the King Lawler through whatever difficulty he is going through at this time. We move to some good things. And this, I think, is very good. This is a beginning and a branching out once again for All Elite Wrestling. Yes, I am a fan of All Elite Wrestling, even though I do understand that they do some pretty crazy and wild and just downright plain shit once in a while. I'm still a fan of having another professional wrestling organization for me to take part in and watch. What we're looking at right now is that AEW will be touring once again, doing house shows, which I think is absolutely amazing. The House Always Wins was an AEW house show from Jacksonville, Florida in April of 2021. That was the company's lone house show to date. The only one that they did. Well, As you heard in the little shout outs there, one Mr. Jeff Jarrett, who I've had the pleasure of speaking with in an interview, came into the company with AEW. And only a few months after Jeff Jarrett was appointed the AEW Director of Business Development, we are going to be getting the first house show tour that will officially begin. The tour will be getting underway in Troy, Ohio on March 18th at the Hobart Arena with a number of different performers that are going to be there. Always, card is subject to change. The price of the show is for entry-level tickets, plus applicable fees, as always, is $20. So if anyone has not experienced an All Elite Wrestling show and is in the area of Troy, Ohio, or any of the other markets on weekends that the tour will stop in, for $20 plus fees, so you're probably looking $30 at the most for a ticket to go see an AEW show. Do yourself the favor and get yourself a ticket. That's the same price as going to an independent promotions show and supporting locally. We're going to be having here in my hometown Canadian Wrestling's Elite traveling through. And tickets for that, for a VIP ticket, is $28. So for $20 plus fees for an AEW show, entry-level ticket, I understand. But come on. Come on, you can go and support that. So the AEW House Rules, launched by Tony Khan. This is going to be happening on weekends. The tour will stop in a few select markets across the United States. So yes, this is only something that's going to be in the United States as of right now. I am sure, though, that we will be getting them in the northern region of North America. And I'm sure and hopeful that we are going to get some of these tours coming through smaller cities, such as this one that I live in, at a price of $20 entry level. That would be insane. I'm very, very happy about that. I'm very happy that Jeff Jarrett has been able to put this into place and make this happen and come to fruition. It is great. I'm going to stick with AEW for just a moment here, as I take a drink of my non-sponsored Dr. Pepper. Thank you, Dr. Pepper. This piece of news actually kind of includes some New Japan Professional Wrestling as well. So recently, Kota Ibushi's contract came up and he is now a free agent. So as everything goes, everybody starts to wonder, where is he going to go? What is he going to do? Well, there's a couple of people in AEW that have said, love him, miss him. He kept us in the loop the night of the Tokyo Dome about Kenny. Kept sending us little updates. Goes without question, we'd love to have him around or work with him. I think he has the ability to do whatever he wants. That is Nick and Matt Jackson, the Young Bucks, saying that they would like to work with Kota Ibushi. I spoke with Corporate Joe. Everybody knows Corporate Joe. And him and I kind of had a little bit of a different feeling, a different take on this as well. So Kota Ibushi's only appearance that's been confirmed is happening over WrestleMania weekend, and it's going to be at Josh Barnett's Bloodsport and Joey Janela's Spring Break as part of GCW's collective show that is happening. And I think that this kind of opens up to what Corporate Joe and I were talking about, where both of us kind of feel that Kota Ibushi is at the point in his career where he doesn't need to be locked into a contract of any sorts. And this will actually allow him to go and do whatever he wants to do, which at this point, I think is very fair. I think it would be absolutely amazing to see him just travel around and go to wherever he wants to go and go and take on these opponents that he's wanted to take on but couldn't before. As a free agent, this really opens him up to be able to do these things. Would I like to see him in AEW? Yeah, I sure would. Because he's going to be on my television screen then. I won't have to buy a pay-per-view to be able to watch it. As with GCW, you know, a collective show that they're putting together. Normally, this is going to be a pay-per-view. So I wouldn't have to purchase a pay-per-view just to see Kota Ibushi. Because I'm sure if he were to come into AEW, even on no contract, even just for a few select dates, that he would be a focus of the show, as I think he should be. We want to talk about shows and how great shows can be. We're going to talk Impact Wrestling. Impact Wrestling will be live on pay-per-view around the world from the Rebel Entertainment Complex on Sunday, April 16th, where all championships will be defended. This is going to be the first time in 4 years that Impact Wrestling has come back to Toronto, Ontario, Canada. The 5th annual Rebellion pay-per-view is going to come from the Rebel Entertainment Complex. And then, on Monday, April 17th, fans can watch the Rebellion Fallout show, also live from the same complex for a second night of pro wrestling action. Tickets for Rebellion are on sale right now. I don't believe that it is sold out as of yet, but it will be available on pay-per-view, which will be absolutely fantastic. If you're looking for tickets, go to impactwrestling.com and you can get your tickets there. Toronto was actually the site of the first ever Rebellion pay-per-view in 2019. The main event of that saw LAX defeating the Lucha Bros, two teams that are now part of AEW. Television trucks will be in Toronto on April 17th to tape, to capture all the action for upcoming episodes of Impact Wrestling. Impact on Access or Fight Network in Canada, and the Impact Insiders on YouTube. Impact Wrestling really does have a big history in Toronto. The city's had Impact Wrestling there in 2011, multiple times in 2018, including a Slammiversary that happened in Toronto as well. I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic, and hopefully this will be a continuation of Impact Wrestling bringing content back to Canada as well. Just as we want to see the WWE run shows through here, AEW, I think I want to see some Impact Wrestling run through as well. Corporate Joe always joked, I don't know if he was really joking or not, but Corporate Joe would always say, "Oh, Impact Wrestling or TNA," as we kind of knew it, or NWA TNA. He's like, "Oh, it won't last. Oh, it's in such disarray right now," and I always kept saying, "No, I don't think that it's going to die. I don't think that it's going to stop. It's going to continue on," and I'm happy, happy that I was right, because we actually have some great stuff from Impact Wrestling right now, and even great names. Josh Alexander is absolutely fantastic. We've got Mickey James, Frankie Kazarian, a returning Santino Marella to the world of professional wrestling. Bully Ray is there, Eddie Edwards, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, Moose, Deonna Purrazzo, the Death Dolls, Jordan Grace. so many great names in the world of professional wrestling are in Impact. And I think people may be sleeping on them a little bit, which is terrible, to say the least. I really hope that they maybe give it another little chance. I've mentioned Corporate Joe's name a couple of times. I'm going to mention it one more time here as well. He actually sent me something that I want to talk about here for a couple of minutes, and it is a rumored list for the 2023 WWE Hall of Fame. So the inductees that are at this point rumored to be inducted are Batista, which Batista at some point is definitely going to be in there. At the beginning of the pandemic, Batista was already named to be part of the Hall of Fame for the WWE, yet the COVID issues all happened, which put a damper on that and stopped it from being able to happen. I think 2023 may be the year that Batista feels open enough to be able to join the class of 2023. Another name, Umaga. Very deserving. Very deserving. Michelle McCool is... okay, I get it. I understand why. I definitely do. We'll have to wait and see. Again, this is just a rumored list right now that has been kind of floating around out there. A tag team with the Midnight Express, which shows absolutely nothing about Jim Cornette, though. So if the Midnight Express is getting into the Hall of Fame, it will be interesting to see if Jim Cornette is included with them. Jim Cornette was very instrumental in the careers of the Midnight Express. Before I get to the 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth one there, I want to go with the celebrity one. The celebrity, they're talking about Cyndi Lauper. I would definitely be okay with Cyndi Lauper being inducted into the celebrity wing of the WWE Hall of Fame, considering everything that she did in the 1980s with the rock and wrestling era of the WWE. I think it would be absolutely fitting for her to go in there. The last one that a lot of people may shake their head at is Kenji Muto, or as others may know, the Great Muta. It says absolutely nothing about the Great Muta on here, just Kenji Muto, which I would be perfectly okay with as well. A man who has just recently retired from the world of professional wrestling, so it'll be interesting to see if that is an inclusion this year. Visas. Work visas specifically. So it's been reported that the reason an AEW star has not been on TV as of late is that he is having visa issues that are preventing him from traveling back into the United States. That person being Kenny Omega. Kenny, by God, Omega was last seen on January 11th with the Young Bucks when they won the trios titles back from Death Triangle. Kenny flew to Japan to take on Will Ospreay to win the IWGP United States Championship. And we really have not seen him since then. Hopefully, these things can be cleared up quickly, and we can get Kenny Omega back once again. We are 20 minutes in, and we are going to take a commercial break. So please stay with us here as we go to a few commercials before we get into our last two topics for the night. The official Turnbuckle Studio shop is open. Official merchandise from all the favorite shows, plus merchandise you can only find here. Stuff from Turnbuckle Studios. Karl Karufel unboxes. The Boar's Nest with Bubba Duke. Miscellaneous products that you can only find here. Beats and beatdowns. And Turnbuckle Talk. Find all this merchandise exclusively at karlkarufel.redbubble.com.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Wrestling, a love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand, the wrestling brand. A brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. Collar and Elbow is the brand. Passion and love for wrestling is the drive. I am Al Snow, and this is Collar and Elbow, the wrestling brand.
I'm Karl Karufel, and welcome back to Turnbuckle Talk. Thank you for sticking around through the commercial break where we talked about Rogue Energy. Make sure you're using the promo code OLEPODS at the checkout and get yourself 10% off your entire purchase every single time. Collarandelbowbrand.com. As always, I am wearing my Collar and Elbow branded hat. Go and check them out as well. My good friend Al Snow created this brand. And if you use the promo code JK Podcast at the checkout, you're going to get yourself 10% off there as well every single time. And if you're looking for merchandise from Turnbuckle Studios, whether it is Beats and Beatdowns, Turnbuckle Talk, Karl Karufel unboxes, and even the news section with a Paramindful t-shirt, go and check out karlkarufel.redbubble.com. The last two topics here are a little exciting for me, at least. This next topic definitely is. So, I've talked about it on this program before, and I've talked about how much I absolutely loved being on the Chris Jericho Rock and Wrestling Rager at Sea Part 2. So the second one, it was absolutely fantastic, mind-blowing, insane. So wrestling fans were treated once again to the Chris Jericho cruise. The 4-leaf clover is what this one was called. And they got to experience a whole plethora of different stuff. It was absolutely amazing. Even Chris Jericho teaming up with Danhausen, and the both of them dressing as Danhausen. It was actually pretty epic. If you go in and even just go onto any of the socials, you can check out Jericho Cruise or Chris Jericho Cruise 2023, anything like that you want to put in there. You'll be able to find a whole bunch of different things in there. You can even hashtag Rock and Rager. You'll find some stuff underneath that as well. And we're going to have a little bit more razzle dazzle next year. Chris Jericho's Rock and Wrestling Rager at Sea will be presenting 5 Alive, which is going to be happening January 26th to the 30th of 2024. They will be sailing from Miami to Cozumel on a Norwegian cruise line. Amazing stuff that is going to come from that as well. As always, the Master of Ceremonies is going to be Chris Jericho with Wrestling by AEW. We're going to have wrestling matches going on where says here the first time ever Crazy in Cozumel take over the island of Cozumel, Mexico. The Rock and Rage on the white sandy beaches at the tip of the peninsula. I think that that's going to be absolutely fantastic as well. And you can plan out your port day there. It's going to be 4 days of a ton of programming, just like we have seen from the other ones where we've had live Talk is Jericho podcasts happening. We have seen performances by Fozzy and a number of different bands. There's been comedians. There has been the Vaudettes there as well. Check out the Vaudettes, not around your children, but check out the Vaudettes. They're a burlesque type of group who do absolutely amazing work, with essentially the front of the group being Eddie Guerrero's daughter, Shaul Guerrero. Absolutely fantastic. There's always legendary wrestlers that are aboard with meet and greets, autograph sessions, a plethora of food. And I think in 2024, there is going to be a belly flop contest, possibly. I'm excited for it, and I think at this time I will say that I will probably be part of the pre-sale, and I will probably be getting myself a room on the Rock and Wrestling Rager at Sea 5 Alive. We're coming to some serious talk and discussion right now as I put the graphic back up. Right promo, wrong time. So if you watched this past Monday Night Raw, yesterday's Raw, you will have seen Cody Rhodes come out and deliver a beautiful promo. Out comes Paul Heyman, who again is somebody who is absolutely fantastic on the microphone. Cody and Paul Heyman went back and forth, talking about the past, selling their past that they've had. And then Cody really ripped into Paul Heyman, almost to the point of making him emotional. But it's Paul Heyman. Collected himself and he fired it all right back at Cody. All the way to the very end, where essentially Paul Heyman says, Cody, your father told me that you were his favorite son, but in the same breath told me that Roman Reigns was the son he wished he had. Okay. So we're getting a little deep. We're getting a little personal. Very, very personal with this promo. And I think that it was absolutely amazing for it to happen. Here's my problem. We have a premium live event that is coming up called Elimination Chamber. We have seen the story unfold between Roman Reigns, the Bloodline, and Sami Zayn. At this upcoming pay-per-view, it is scheduled to be Roman Reigns taking on Sami Zayn for the championships. So, this is where my problem comes in right now. If we are going to continue to build Cody and Roman at WrestleMania, we have now just done a gross disservice to the Elimination Chamber and to that matchup that's going to happen. At this point, it's pretty safe to say that Sami Zayn will be losing because they keep building and keep pushing to the forefront this WrestleMania matchup as opposed to this match at Elimination Chamber. Things could have gone very differently with this. This could have been a Monday after the Chamber where this promo came in between Cody and Paul Heyman. And it would have been a little bit more effective for me. I think that this not necessarily fell short, but it just really takes away from the entire story, this slow burn, glorious story that has been told between Roman Reigns with the Bloodline and Sami Zayn. At this point, what the WWE has done is said that, it doesn't matter. It's old hat. And let's just sweep it under the rug. Now, I know in this business, the wording is never say never. And I get that. Could we see a change to the main event of WrestleMania with the way the WWE is promoting things right now? No. Which means I don't even care to see Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn. Because it's already written in the stars that it's going to be Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. I want to know what all of you think. Please leave your comments underneath this video. Let me know what you think about the WWE pushing WrestleMania as hard as they are, the WrestleMania main event, as opposed to pushing this next PLE of Elimination Chamber. While you're there, leave a comment as well about who you think should be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame 2023 class. Go and check out all of the socials for our local establishment. They are scrolling in the ticker down below. And even better, I would love for you all to go to youtube.com/@ourlocalestablishment. Subscribe. Click the notification bell. And be part of that community over there with videos that sometimes pop up over there that you won't see anywhere else. youtube.com/@ourlocalestablishment. For everything having to do with myself, Karl Karufel, and Turnbuckle Studios, you can take a look at my link tree, linktr.ee/Karl Karufel. That's where you'll find all the links to everything for me. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention my new friends over in the UK, as Turnbuckle Talk has gone international. My friends over at realwrestling.net, news and views by real fans. Go and check them out as well. And I urge you, if you have missed a show live, the next day, go and check out realwrestling.net. Click on the podcast section, select all, and then follow that link to take you over to watch the show. That will allow views and clicks over at realwrestling.net, as well as still bring it over to me on the YouTube channel. If you haven't already, follow my YouTube, youtube.com/@Turnbuckle Studios. I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you very much to everybody for joining me here today for this edition of Turnbuckle Talk. Right promo, wrong time. Episode number 307. Remember, everyone, the world's a scary place. Take care of each other.